Alright, it is Cinco de Mayo. It's the 5th of May. Over the weekend I built these little micro nucs for mating of queens. You see it's just a single piece of foundation there, and up on top here I can put some candy, bee candy, which I have some right here. I'll also put some pollen in there. You can see the pollen I've got. And so you just got 2 entrances here. Stuff a little piece of cotton in there for now because I don't want the bees getting out quite yet. Alright, so the queen will be able to, I'll put a couple of bees in here along with a queen cell. She'll hatch out, the bees will draw some comb out, and when she starts laying eggs I know that she's ready. The idea is I can take this and put it wherever I'd like so that the queen can mate with the hives in the area. And it's only just enough for her to keep the queen alive. This way I've got, I'm producing a queen with as few bees as possible. Alright. I'm anticipating I'm going to have a few more queen cells than what I've got here, so I brought this along, and I'll stick them onto this bar if I've got more than 4 of them in this hive. Alright, I'm going to head over to the hive, and hopefully they haven't swarmed. I should have come in here yesterday, but fingers crossed. Hopefully if they did, my swarm traps caught them. Ah, look at this. See how they're balled up around the entrance here? If the weather was any better, they would have left. I may have to find me a piece of queen excluder and put over there. You can see why. Because it looks like these queen cells just got capped within the last day or so. There's I don't know if you can see it. The glare on the window is probably too much. I'll show them to you later, but there's a little peanut right there. There's a couple more over here. Looks like they removed one of them. Must not have liked it. And they haven't been building any comb, I see. That tells me they're preparing to swarm. So, I'm going to swarm for them. Alright, what we got here? Alright, no queen cells on that one. I believe this one right here is the one that I need to be getting. Oh, look at that. Nice big one on the bottom. Clear full of royal jelly. Here's the peanuts. There's 4 of them there. 5 capped queen cells right there. See that? Oh yeah. That'll fill my mating nucs. And look, they look just like peanuts. Isn't that cool? Yeah, those will fill my mating nucs. Let's set that one there. Let's get those ready. Close this up so they don't get cold. Let's go open these up. See, I got a plexiglass cover on them. That's just so I can look inside without having to open them up. Of course, it means I've got to unscrew it. So I'll work on that real quick, and I'll also stuff the food inside. Alright, see how I've got the food in the top? This is basically just my powdered sugar honey mixture, the bee candy. And I got a little bit of pollen stuffed in the corner of each of these. I don't imagine they need very much pollen, but it's nice to have it in there. And I'm going to have these sitting like this. Maybe I should have it like this. Yeah, I don't know. The original plan was to have it like this. So, see, there's the two entrances. Alright. Now I'm going to stick the queen cells right up on top of these bars. And then figure out how to get these full of bees. Let's look at those queen cells, shall we? Let's cut one loose so I can work with it, see how hard it is to stick on there. Alright. Here they are. Whew. Careful of that. Those are worth money. Another little queen cell there. Alright, so these might be difficult to separate. I might just put them in together. Let them fight it out. Let's go ahead and cut this one loose. That's probably the easiest. Alright, now I wish I would have brought my tripod. Alright, let's grab my knife here. There we go. Alright, little girls, move aside, please. Yeah, good sharp knife, and just cut that loose. Very nice. Alright. There you go. When it's capped like this, I've discovered that they're much sturdier and I can actually handle them. I think that's was my problem with the bees that I was trying to produce the queens from. So I moved them around too much before they were capped. Alright, set that over there. I'm just going to stick this on the side here. Try to keep it in the same orientation. Oh yeah, what's wrong with that? Maybe I should have moved it up a little higher. I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with that. See if I can get a couple more. Alright, there's that. The two of them don't really fit very well, but I think that ought to do. And you can see, I got that one. Now I'm gonna see if I can put bees in here. Put bees in, and slide the glass over them, see? Alright, I had to come up with a plan to get the bees. What I've done is I've taken this frame, and I've picked off all the drones, and I'm shaking them into this box here. That way I can just wet them with sugar water and then scoop them out into my nukes. Alright, here we are. We got these all sealed up and they're full of bees. I put a scoop of bees in each. You can see they're eating the candy just fine. They're trapped in there. And they're taking care of those queen cells. So I got all 4 of them. What I'm going to do is when I store them is I'm going to tape these two together like this. Make them one little hive. Alright. I just got done going through the hive and I found all the other queen cells. See, I found 4 more of them. Actually 5. This one I accidentally ripped open. So I think I'll save this because it's clear full of royal jelly and there's only a little tiny grub in the top. So I might save this for royal jelly. Go put it in the fridge or something. and save it so that I can have the royal jelly and be able to use that when I'm trying to rear more queens. So let's get these in this box. Well, I've also been putting more bees in this box just to make it so the original hive has less bees so that they think that they've swarmed. Oh dear. I forgot to tap them down. Alright. Just put this in there so those bees can take care of those cells. It's like a whole little swarm of bees right here. Let's go ahead and put the honey frame in. Careful not to hurt them. And then this. Alright. Alright, I'm about ready to go down to the other hive. I never did see the queen. That's probably alright. I was hoping to see her. But if I got her in there accidentally, well, that's fine. These guys will be queenless and I'll be able to know that in a very short amount of time. But hopefully this has stopped them from swarming. I'm going to put up some swarm traps anyway, even though they haven't told me that I can. I mean, they haven't told me I can't, so I'm going to go ahead and put them up, maybe in places where they may never even notice them. But just in case these swarm, I don't want to lose this queen. Let's get these girls out of the sun. Alright. Yeah, I'll just put this hive back together, put that in the fridge, and then I'll go down to the other hive and see if I can get the rest of the queen cells. Alright, I managed to get a hold of one of the groundskeepers. He told me, go ahead, as long as it's easily removable if they bitch about it. And so, screws. If they bitch about it, I'll just be able to take it down and leave no trace. Screws instead of nails, see, I can take them back out. And so this big yellow building right here had 3 swarms on it last year, so I'm told. So I'm going to put a trap right here in this tree, as high up as I can get it, and that ought to catch any swarms. Alright, so here's the trap. I'll haul it up there. Alright, I just went through this entire hive. There was no more capped queen cells. There were a couple of them started, but that's about it. So what I did is I moved all the queen cells I could find onto one frame. Also with the same frame I was using were the unfinished queen cells from the other hive. And I put them up here, right there, in this top box. And I'll just let this hive finish them up for me. I'll come by later in the week and they should have all those queen cells done for me. I also took the feeder out because they're starting to build up here in this super. And I don't want sugar water up in the super. So yeah, these are going to remain empty for now. And this here, I took one single frame of brood out of this hive. I'm going to go take it to the hive up in the canyon to boost them a little bit. Also helps make this hive think it swarmed a little. Alright. Here's that mini nuke. You can see the bees are going in and out of it. I think that ought to be just fine. Even just laying it on this hay bale. I'm going to get something and tie it down so the wind can't blow it over. And I think I'm just going to leave it right there. The bees seem to be able to come in and out okay. I'm kind of thinking they might abandon one and all move into the other compartments. But I think it should work. Yeah, they're coming in, going out. It's good to let them be able to fly. They'll be able to go forage and do whatever they need to do. I'll get a wire or something and stake them down so they can't blow over. Alright, I got a frame of bees in this box. The idea was to bring them up and put them in that hive. It's over there. So they beef them up so that they can take advantage of these flowers. And look at all these. These the next few canyons are completely full of them. That's why I wanted a hive up here. These flowers, we call them licorice root because they kind of smell like licorice. I'm not sure exactly what they're called though. They got a lot of pollen, nectar that the bees can use. I think it's an invasive species, but I'm alright with it. They don't bloom for very long, so the idea is to get this hive as strong as possible to take advantage of them. Alright, like my load binding. Didn't have any bungee straps, so I just used a couple of wedges to hold the rope tight. They sound a bit angry. I'm going to walk them over to the hive. Alright, I got them up here. And look at all that yellow. Yeah, can't really see it in the camera, but all that is those licorice root flowers. Alright. Let's see how these girls are doing. They took a lot of the sugar. Good. Yeah. Better give them a little. Some honeycomb on there. Yeah, they're storing lots of nectar. And pollen. Look at all that pollen. Yeah, they're not doing so bad. Look at all that honeycomb they're building. And there's the brood. Very nice. That's heavy. This one didn't have anything on it last time I was here. And look at that. They built it out. Looks like there's little baby bees in each one of them. That's good. Yeah, this side's just got nectar and pollen. Alright, well, let's go ahead and fish out that frame out of here. Let's keep this handy. They've had a long ride and are probably rather angry. Looks like most of the bees have abandoned the frame. I don't know how I feel about that. There's a few drones in here. Alright. Set that there. left it. Alright, let's have a look at it before I put it in. Yeah, they look alright. Let's do this the other way. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Besides that they don't fit together very well. I'll see what I can do about making them fit better. See, they got so much pollen coming in that they're filling it in where the brood should be going. In the middle of the frame even. That is pretty good. I mean, I don't like it in the middle of the frame, but that's just because they don't have very much room here to store stuff. Alright, the gnats are getting me, but yeah, I double checked to make sure I didn't have the queen with me. And I went ahead and put the rest of the bees in with them. And that definitely increased the number of bees in this hive. I sprayed them with the sugar water, and the honeybees in the original hive accept them just fine. Mainly because they're covered in sugar, and they like bees that are covered in sugar, I guess. Also, the sugar water has the wintergreen oil in it, and that hides the smell of the hive where they came from. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put the towel on, and buckle these up, and get out of here before these mites suck away half my blood.